Lads, this stuff I'm about to run you through is not taught in schools. Nobody anywhere is talking about this, but it's exactly what will get you exactly where you need to be in life and how you can actually destroy all your competition. But guys, life is just one big game. So don't cry when you lose if you aren't choosing to compete against those who are. If you're not playing a game of Call of Duty, how are you going to win the game? And what you've got to understand, guys, is that life is just a game. And some men, the successful men, are choosing to play the game every single day. And they're competing. And right now, if you're not in that place where you've got financial location freedom, you don't have all the things that you desire, well, it's probably because you've not been competing and you've not understood the game properly. So in this video, I'm going to run through the 15 points that the men who do win the game all live by, including myself, and what I actually run all of my clients through when they join the process to take their life to the next level, guys. So the first thing we're going to talk about is, who is your competition, right? If you don't know who you're competing against, who you're playing in this game of life, how are you going to win? Guys, I used to be one of those guys when I was back in the UK and I got my first car. I had a little old rusty Clio. And I was that guy who I would be at the traffic lights and there would be someone next to me. And in my head, I'm like, come on then, fucking. And I would rag off the line and I would get ahead. And that's competition. Now, the guy at the right-hand side of me lost every time. Why? Because he didn't know who were competing. Now, guys, you have to know who you're competing against if you want to win. Right now, most of you guys are just being that guy at the lights who doesn't even know he's in a competition. So make sure you know who your competition is. So the first one you've got to be very, very aware of, and is one that I would actually prioritize, is the competition from within. Now, recently I actually filmed a video on how to fight the devil side of your mind. I will put a link in at the end of this video. And the devil side of your mind is effectively trying to instill fear in your mind. Fear of poverty, fear of a lack of success, procrastination, lack of self-belief, lack of worth. And it's going to doubt you every single day. And you have to fight that. When you get the thought in your head to go and have a vice and drink some alcohol, or just don't take the risk because you might fail. All of this stuff, this is the devil side of your mind that you have to fight with every single day in order to win. If you don't know you have to fight that guy, and you don't even know it's a competition, that devil side of your mind that wants you to lose, he wants you to stay a slave to the world, you will lose every time. And the chances are right now you are doing exactly that. And that's fine, because so was I back in the day, until I became aware of it. So know that every day you wake up, you're going to have these voices in your head telling you to do less, telling you that people might judge you if you do this, that might fail, that's risky. That's the devil side. You are going to compete against him and you are going to tell him to fucking do one every single day, and you are going to follow the positive side of your mind, the visionary, the achiever. If you're not competing against him, he will absolutely destroy you, just like I used to do to everybody at the lights at the right-hand side. Now, you're also competing against every other male, but what I do want to say about the every other male part, and in regards to every other business in your field, this is very healthy competition. This is something that you want to tap into. This isn't a hate against other men. Other successful men and other men on the mission are actually your biggest allies. It's exposure to more successful traits and successful habits that will allow you, but you do need that competition. Just by being exposed to others that win all the time will make you so much better. Like, one of the biggest things, besides all the information and the custom coaching we have in our products, just our clients being in exposure to myself and other guys on the same mission as them. What happens is, in the community, they'll chuck in their wins. They'll talk about what they've done. And one of them will be like, oh yeah, we signed up 4 clients. We just made $5,000 yesterday. And the other one's like, fuck, I made 2. And like in their head straight away, it's sparking, it's competition. All right. It may be in my transformation program with the fitness stuff and the personal development. and one of them's absolutely shredded, and I'll get a message from one of the other guys like, fuck, he's got shredded faster than me. It's competition. It doesn't mean he hates the other person. It's the best thing because now it forces you to just elevate your game and get to a higher standard faster. Whereas if you don't have males to compete with, masculine competition, you will hold yourself to such a low standard, it will be disgusting the level of life you achieve, but you have total control over your competition. But I'm going to show you exactly how to manage that through this video. Also, if you think about it, guys, just zoom out. It's not just who can get in better shape, or it's not just who can earn the most money in the business. Bring it all back to roots. Why is this important? Well, it's the reproduction law. Why are we on this planet? We are here to reproduce. Who can get the best woman? Who can have the best family? Everything you're going for, every material resource. This luxury apartment I live in Dubai, there's only so many of them, and it's man versus man competing to get here. Not everybody can move to Dubai. Not everybody can afford this apartment. It's competition. There's not infinite everything, guys. There is limited resources. There is limited women, and there's limited resources. There's limited cars, there's limited property, there's limited watches, and it's man versus man. And if you want this life, guys, you better fucking be in the mindset where you're competing for it. Like I said at the start of the video, if you're not competing, you will never, ever get it. Ever. And every other business in your field. Now, this is the best bit, and this is why I teach all my online coaching clients and online business clients to build their personal brand, and that's what we work on. Because as soon as you shift into a personal brand, you actually completely remove competition. Because you're a human, you're a person, you're not just a business that solves a problem. You are a person, and nobody else is you, and that's the reason why personal brands are so powerful. But effectively, you are in competition. All right, if someone else can service a need that you service or productize, you're against every other one. So you need to know who you're in competition with, and you need a strategy to absolutely destroy them. Okay, so you can have the biggest impact. Now let's get into this, guys. Like I said, 15 principles that we're going to fly through. I want you to write all of these down, watch it over and over. The last few are absolutely ridiculous. Don't miss one of these, guys. If you are not where you want to be yet, you don't have that great body, you don't have the best chick, you don't have the financial location freedom, you can't just go in a shop and buy whatever the fuck you want. You can't just travel whenever you want first class. Well, guys, if you can't make it through this video, that's fucking why. Okay, is one of the points we're going to talk about, but let's get stuck in. Number one, make a conscious decision to compete daily. We've already just talked about this. If you are not competing and making the choice to compete, you will lose the game. People are playing this game of life to win every single day. And most people, 99.9% of men, are just letting life control them. Whereas the 0.1% to the 1%, they're saying, I'm controlling life. I'm playing the game. I'm on my controller, moving me through the game. And you win every time. And you're just absolutely destroying all the bots in the game because they're not even competing. They don't even know there's a game. Point two, hunt pain over avoiding pain. This is a very important mindset trait that you must have in order to win. Everybody, like the human body, guys, when you understand human nature at its deepest roots, the human body is designed to protect itself. And then you stack on side of that the devil side of your mind that just wants to keep you in comfort and keep you away from all these big goals. And then you've got the government and societal programming, which just wants to throw comfort in your face, processed foods, Netflix, all this rubbish shit. The guys who win hunt pain. I wake up every single day and I know the relationship between pain. Just think about it. The guy who has the most muscle has chased the hardest sessions. Pain breaks in the meantime and it's hard. And you go from baseline here to here, but you grow back bigger. The muscle grows back bigger if you've got adequate protein. And with your mind, it's exactly the same. I have an association, and it all started off because of my physique and mindset and personal development journey, where I can now associate pain with growth. I go looking for pain. Most people are, oh, I had a hard day, I need to quit. No, I want that. I'm like, give me fucking pain because I know nobody else is going for this. And that takes me one step ahead every single time I go for pain. Every single time. Most of the time double, because every time you go for comfort, you actually are moving backwards. It's not even like you're staying in the same place. So hunt the pain. Look for the hard things. Don't look for the easiest routes with your body. Don't look for the easiest routes with your career. Don't go for the 9 to 5, because that's the easy route. You're guaranteeing you fail. Become the best version of yourself and give it back to the world. Help other people do the same thing. But you've got to understand, if you want to earn money, you want to have finance, you have to be valuable to give value out. And only once you've given value out will you actually receive value in monetary format. But the only way you can do any of that is if you hunt pain and you grow yourself. Point 3, physical strength and aesthetics. Sounds so typical and cliche, but imagine you've got two equal guys in all measures of life. Both got the money, both got a business, and those people walk in a room and there is a woman there, and there is a business investor there who wants to partner up. If every other thing is equal, the guy with physical strength and aesthetics will win every time. It's just the way the world works. People trust people that look good, and it also is a huge sign of respect. I would not, for example, come and get this apartment if the estate agent was fat. I wouldn't do that. If I thought this guy disrespects himself, I just would not do that. Okay? It's the same with men and gaining respect. If you want to build your network with men, do you think I would network with fat guys? No. And if I was fat, do you think the top guys would want to network with me? No, not at all, guys. You've just got to understand how the world works. If you can't control what goes in your mouth and what you do with your body, it clearly shows to other high-value men and women that you don't know how to play the game and you can't control yourself. And if you can't control yourself, how are you going to take care of them, whether it's financially or physically, etc.? People want to look at nice things and people want to know you respect yourself, because if you don't respect yourself, if you don't love yourself, you can't do anything for anybody else. Also, if you're early on in your journey, it's where the habits are built. You won't build your mindset. You can't have a strong mindset on top of a weak, pathetic body. And if you don't have a strong mindset, you will never build everything else, like the business and the lifestyle, because you'll just let vices creep in and you'll be a pussy. Number 4, completely remove emotion from the action equation. Far too many guys wake up and they go, I'm tired. Oh, I'm sad. I just had an argument with my girlfriend. I'm going to take the day off. You have just lost another day, right? You are probably going to have half of your year where your emotion doesn't feel like it. I would argue even more sometimes, but nowhere in any book on the planet in the history of the world did it ever say every day you should wake up and feel amazing and it should be fun. That never happened, ever. So you have to understand that no matter where your emotion is, you take action regardless. And once you've done this enough times, guys, your emotions will just numb anyway. I'm not saying you need to be a emotionless man, but it shouldn't affect anything else. Like, I could have just had the worst thing ever happen to me. Like, I even shock my girlfriend sometimes when we may have just had a bit of an argument about something and it hits a certain time on the clock and I'm like, see you later, I've got to go do this for work. She's like, what the fuck? Or I'll be like, I'm off to the gym. She'll be like, what, how in this moment? I'm like, I don't miss. Someone else just missed and I absolutely destroyed them. The devil got absolutely destroyed in my head who told me not to go. Other businesses got absolutely destroyed. Other men got absolutely destroyed because they weren't competing. They didn't understand these principles and rules. Number 5, make decisions as the future version of yourself. This is so important, guys. If you make decisions like the current version of yourself, you can only stay the current version of yourself. And you do not want to be. That's the last thing you want to be. You need growth in order to be fulfilled as a man. If you are not growing, you're going to feel depressed. So when men say, I feel depressed, I'm down, I'm like, it's because you're not growing. And if you're not growing, it's because your habits aren't good. It's because your mindset isn't good. It's because your decision-making ability isn't good. So you got to think about, what would the future version of you with all the results in the world, or if you can't even imagine that right now, if you are earlier on, what would the high performer make as a decision in this moment? So, for example, let's pull one off the bat. Imagine if you are, I've seen this all the time, imagine you are looking to invest in yourself. Go all in on your physique, your mindset, your career, your business. So you got to make an investment, a financial investment. Well, the current version of yourself wouldn't do that, maybe not, because that's why you are where you are. However, the guy who got to where you want to be didn't even flinch on that. He just did that every single time. For example, me, when I was an 18-year-old, I was not invested in myself at all, and I had no results. What I had to do was, when I invested in my first business mentor and I had 1,000 in the bank and I'd already quit my job, I spent all of it on a business mentor straight away. Why? Because my natural body was saying, don't do this, the devil side, don't do this. You might be broke. Like, what if you don't manage to make the money in time for your next month's payment? Devil side. I made the decision as, okay, but the guys who have accomplished what I want to accomplish, they all took this path. Nobody ever did anything alone. Like, yes, I did the work alone, but I didn't have all the knowledge. If you already had the knowledge and the information, you'd already be there. Everybody has mentors in life. You got to remember that, guys. So make the decision as the future version of yourself. Number 6, tap into a source bigger than yourself. This is so powerful. Again, I hear nobody talking about this. And you can use this from like a spiritual standpoint, a religious standpoint, or an impact standpoint. Sorry, guys, I've got some fly fucking around my face. I'm back. The fly is dead. But guys, you got to tap into a source much bigger than yourself. Impact, religion, spiritual, it doesn't matter. But if you just do stuff for yourself, what happens is you will get to a point where you've reached human needs. You've got the roof on your head, you've got the food, you've got the water. And once you've got that, you got to remember, people don't run at rainbows, they run away from storm, they run away from pain. And if you don't have enough pain, you'll have nothing to run away from. So what took me from the next level, I know when I probably hit the 20K month marker, I had a stall temporarily. And it was because I was like, what? I don't actually need more money, as in like I can have a really nice place. I can travel whenever I want. I can do whatever I want. I can provide for my partner. I can, all this. And it's like, what else do you need? Whereas then when I just put multipliers on that income and on that impact was because I made it not about me anymore. I like, it was always 50-50. It was always about 50% about I have my own human needs. Everybody needs an income. But 2 was I want to serve the world. But now it's just 0% about me. Now it's just like, look, my human needs are fixed. It's all about everybody else. So I wake up and take action to build my best physique, to learn more knowledge, to provide the best content, to make the best programs, the best services. Not for me at all, but simply to just have the biggest impact on the planet. And I've been given this God-given purpose, which is like, serve the world, be the most impactful person possible, and change the generation of men. Take them to a level which they can't imagine. Take them to a level where the school system is trying to take them away from. But actually allow as many men as possible to build their best body, their best mind, build their businesses, and live a life that people aren't being shown when they're younger. I know I definitely were. I had to create this path for myself. I've had to dig this road, this path, and tarmac it myself. But now my duty is to just let everybody behind drive this nice, beautiful tarmac road that I've forged this path on. So when you tap into a source that's bigger than you, you will never miss when it's not for you. Like, I would never miss for anybody else. And I think too many people, when they're doing it for their own human needs, they get to a point where they might not necessarily need to do more. They might want more, but need and want is very different. So when it's not for yourself, like, I will never miss my Instagram stories. I will never miss my videos. I will never miss anything for my coaching. I will never miss my gym session. Why? I will never miss anything for my business. Why? All simply just because I need to become the best version of myself to inspire other people to do the same thing. And guys, I can't miss because it's something bigger than me. So I would advise as many of you as possible, especially once you've covered those initial human needs, to tap into a source bigger than you. And it took me a long time to get to that point, to realize that it should be 100% about service of the world, not 50-50. And I mean, even at like 75% for yourself at the start's fine, because you do need to satisfy human needs. But the sooner you can tap into a bigger source, whether you want to do that from a religious standpoint, spiritual, or just world impact, you should. And this is a cheat code to never missing. And the most consistent guy with the most reason behind him will always win. Selfish reasons never win. Ever. If you're there doing it for you and you just want this, you just want a car, you just want to travel, that's fine. But I will absolutely destroy you simply just because I'm doing it to impact the world, and I will never miss on the world's behalf. And there is people that operate like that. So yes, you want to live a good life, but you also should show up to serve the world as soon as you can get to that point. Next thing, 7, master first principle thinking. So too many people are just slaves to the world. Something comes on the news or they get told something and they just take it for what it is. So someone goes, oh, the sky's green, and they're like, okay, the sky's green now. Okay. They don't actually think for themselves. They don't actually use realism. They don't use logic. They don't think it through. I had a big epiphany moment with this in my business where every single online coaching business does weird fucking sales calls and sales process and sells people in. And it was like, everyone else just goes, okay, I've got a coaching business. I'm just going to run ads. I'm going to do sales calls. I'm going to make this cheesy fucking content. And I was like, at first principle, I was like, basically that means critical thinking. Bring this back to real and logic. Do you need a sales call? Do you need to make fucking retarded content? No. So I'm not going to. And I've been the first guy to just come out and be like, I'm not running ads. I'm not doing sales calls. I'm not making fucking stupid content that is not authentic. And I'm just going to do what I want to do and try and impact the world as much as possible. First principle thinking, most people don't have their head switched on enough to actually just go their own way and trust the world is fucking real and you don't have to just don't be the sheep. If you have logic and reason that means something else can work but others aren't, just trust yourself and go for it. That's it. It's like people wake up and like, oh, the normal thing is to go to university and do this. That's because you're not using your brain. You're using a program that is being bled into your brain. Guys who think first principle go, but that isn't required. And they think out of it. This is like the anti-devil mindset that you need. So master this, guys. Go all in on every single decision. Make it for you, not because society's taught you. Society's taught you to just pay bills. Whereas first principle would be like, instead of paying bills and paying university, maybe I just pay someone that's actually walked the walk I want to walk at a fraction of the fee and now create my dream life, as opposed to just paying to enter the system. It's fucking messed up. First principle thinking, boys. Number 8, understand that all wants have an internal need that can be served elsewhere. This is a great way to manage your vices. So for example, if you got the feeling that I need to go out drinking because I'm just stressed and the need behind the want to go out drinking is probably because you feel over busy, you've been thinking too much at work, you've been too much in like of a control mindset, and you want to just switch off and feel like you're a bit loose and the world's just kind of, you don't have the control anymore, you don't have to think, and that's fine. That's an internal need. But what you can do is you can find an alternative to the internal need and serve it elsewhere. So maybe it would be like, oh, maybe I go to a theme park and go on the craziest roller coaster ever, and you get that same need served. Maybe you go out in your car and you take it to a track and you rag it around and you just have that speed. It's something else where you can get the feeling. Maybe you just say to your partner, look, or to your mates, look, surprise me, let's go somewhere today. I don't have a clue where we're going, and go. That would serve the same need of coming out of a control state. And that's just one example. Maybe your brain's telling you to wank off because you're fucking stressed. Well, you can serve that need elsewhere. That need could be, maybe I would just go sunbathe outside. I want to go and relax. Maybe it would, I say, you know what? I am going to have 30 minutes. I'm going to let my missus put something on the TV. We're going to chill together. I'm going to let my cortisol drop. Maybe it's you want to go out to a bar and pull some blonde chick for no reason, and it's the need is validation. Well, all my validation now comes from being me. So the needs for wanting cars and certain things of clothes and women, like they do go get that, because at the end of the day, you're a guy, you should go get it. But like when it's an unproductive thing, like one night stands and stuff like that, guys, you're chasing the need of validation. And I just get my validation now from being me. I walk in a room, I don't need fucking validation. That's as simple as it is. Become the guy where you are the respected guy. You don't need the Gucci t-shirt. By all means, you become someone where the Gucci t-shirt's just like going to Aldi and buying some fucking lettuce. It's that irrelevant. But don't go and blow all your money. Like yesterday I went and I was in Loro Piana and Versace and I was just picking stuff up, but nothing for validation, because if it's for validation, that means the items control you and your worth and your feelings. I'm just me. I walk in a room and I wear no branded stuff all the time. I don't need anything to validate me. So understand what the wants need is and serve it elsewhere. That's not to say you can't do certain stuff, but definitely understand the root cause. Otherwise, your life will control you rather than you controlling life. Number 9, devote all resources into personal and professional development. This is so important. What are human resources? You've got time, you've got energy, and you've got money, okay? Now, everyone's got the same time. Energy you can manipulate and be manageful for. And money, everyone starts off effectively, apart from maybe some families like the royal family, where you all start off with nothing. So how is it some people get to the top from nothing and some don't? Because people always go, oh, but Tom, I got no money, so I can't. Horrendous mindset. Everybody pretty much started with no money. It's how you manage the resources you've got. So when I did have that £1,000 in the bank, I didn't go out and think, oh, that can be 3 nights out and that can, buy me this and buy me that. It was, oh, I've got Christmas presents to buy with my £1,000. This was just before Christmas. I thought, fuck Christmas. Me. Become better. I didn't spend money on me. I spent it in me. All my time went into learning, studying, becoming the best version of myself, physically, mentally, and career-wise. All my energy went into that. And all my money went into that and still does, guys. If you are not competing against guys that devote all their time, energy, and money into building their best body, their best mind, their best career, their best life, you are going to get absolutely destroyed, because some people may have £400 in the bank and will put all of that into a personal development program to become the guy that earns 30K a month, when you're going to struggle trying to save your £400 a month to pay for Christmas every single year and do that for the rest of your life. Like, you're going to get absolutely destroyed. And this is another really important mindset shift that you have to make. When it comes to time, stop wasting time doing stupid stuff, watching Netflix and just being an idiot, when you could put that into the gym, into preparing nutrition, into networking. You could put it into learning, into studying, into being around courses, coaches, mentors, etc. Energy. Protect your energy at all costs. You could have a 2-minute conversation with a fucking loser and it just drains your energy from 10 to 2 in minutes. And then you go home and you were going to work on your business or your side hustle or whatever, or you're going to go to the gym, and now they've embedded so much self-doubt in you, your energy's being crushed, you don't even want to do it. So energy is just as important, if not more important than time. You don't need much time at all. It's so minuscule the amount of time you need to build your best body, best mind, and become successful in your career. It's so small. It's how you manage the energy and the intensity of focus, which is something, again, we're going to talk about shortly. 10. High leverage activities. This is exactly what we we're just saying. Revenue generating, not time wasting. So I have clients that, for example, I've been in their 9 to 5 and I give them 40 minutes work I do today. 40 minutes a day. And within the 40 minutes a day, so for example, there was a guy that joined us about 10 days ago. He's already done $7,000 in his first 10 days, a business from scratch. It was just an idea when we spoke. He's now done $7,000 in his first 10 days. Why? How has he managed to do that when he's only got like 45 minutes of work to do in an evening, when there are guys that are trying to be full-time in this online coaching industry who are giving 12-hour days saying, I'm so busy doing all this stuff and not getting anywhere. I've spoken to guys that are like been in the industry 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I've got like 5 clients, 10 clients. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You don't understand what a high leverage activity is. You've got to get around the guys who know in the industry what actually generates revenue and how to build it. Like, it's the same with your physique, guys. How many times do you know the guy that goes to the gym every day and looks like a sack of fucking rotten potatoes? It's fucking ridiculous. It's not about how much time. You don't start going to the gym 5 times a day to get in shape. You go 40 minutes a day And you just optimize your training program, you optimize your macros, you optimize the roadmap, so your adjustments with the macros week on week. It's ridiculous. So leverage activities, whether it is with your body or with your business. You don't need more time. It's how you leverage the intensity of focus and what you're doing. Most people are just being busy, and busy is the devil. You don't need to be busy. You simply just need to do the right stuff at the right volumes. And this is exactly, again, what I teach inside my VIP, the physique and mindset. We teach people how to do that at the fastest pace. You don't need more time. You use the time you currently invest in. Same with the business. We have 2 programs in our CEO. We get people from 9 to 5 into full-time online so they can travel the world and have a big impact on a purpose-driven business. Or guys that are already doing 6-7 figures and we blow them the fuck up, right? But how do we do this? We prescribe them the correct high leverage activities and we go deep on that. They're never going to get more time. I don't have more time than you guys. I've just known how to manage my time. When I went from being that little weird kid to who I am now, it's because I've managed my resources and managed how well I leverage certain activities. That's it, guys. There's no difference between me and you. It's just our habits. That's it. Habits combined and intensity of focus. 11, be prepared to get rid of Deadwood no matter what the attachment. Guys, I don't care if it's, friends you've been friends with for 10 years because you went to school with them. I don't care if it's a partner you've been with for 6 years. If they are holding you back, if they are embedding doubt into you, if they're not believing in you, if they are being an antagonist to your goals and they're being just draining, you've got to get rid of them. Success is subtraction, guys. You have to be prepared. So at the start, don't just be a savage and just say, you need to fuck off, I'm going on this mission. You don't need to do that. Have a good conversation with them. And if they don't understand, you've got to just stop spending time with them, wasting energy with these people. I don't hate any ex-partner I've got. I don't hate any old mates I've got at all. I respect them. But I don't spend my time with them. I don't speak with them. I don't transact with them because, why? Because there's no value exchange anymore. We were friends because we were put together in school, the smallest town on the planet, in the whole scheme of the world. If you deep it, guys, your friends is someone that's aligned and on the same mission as you and backs you. So be prepared to get rid of anything that can slow you down, because guys, the guys that are competing won't have anything to slow them down. And if you allow that, if you tolerate that low standard for yourself, that will show up in your quality of life. You don't get to the top with low standards. 12, always increasing the vision, but internally grateful for present position. This is really important. I have to speak with a lot of guys on this in terms of, like I said, guys, no matter where you are in life, your goals are always going to grow. So I am beyond, when I was 20, I was like, imagine if I could just work online and move to Dubai and just live a cool life in Dubai. This is what I thought when I was 20. And I thought if I could do that by 30, that would be mega. At 22, I moved here. And I could have done it way sooner. So I got there, and then all of a sudden I was still just as far away from my next goal, because if you're at 0, you see the ladder 10. If you're at 10, you see the ladder 20. If you're at 25, you see the ladder 35. So your vision will always be internally increasing, because it should be. You can't be fulfilled. If you get to your dream and stop, you will be depressed. I promise you guys, it's the last thing you want. You always have to be chasing more, but that doesn't mean you're ungrateful. I am so internally grateful for the life I have today. So internally grateful for all the clients that we help, for the impact I've had, for the life I have, for not needing to look on price tags on things I buy. It's amazing. However, my vision is always ahead. I feel further away from my goals now than I did on day one. And I think a lot of people go through life thinking that they're going to get to a point and everything's good. And I'm like, it is good, but the good comes from within. It doesn't come from the validation we talked about earlier. Don't use the material achievements for validation. Validation comes from within, and you only become internally grateful when you've done the personal development work on yourself. So I am 1% into my new goals. My new goals are extremely crazy. Everyone would say I'm insane. However, I know I'm on that mission to achieve them. I know I'm so far away, but I'm still internally grateful for the position I'm in today. I don't wake up hating life until I get to this new place. I love every second of life. And your work ethic reflects your gratitude. So right now, if you're not working, you're not doing everything you can, it's because right now there's a lack of gratitude that you need to find within yourself, and you need to go all in on your personal development. You need to refine the habits. Number 13, speed. This could have been number 1. I just didn't want to make it too cliche, but speed, guys. Everything must be completed fast. If there is something that you're going to want in the future, start it now. If you're going to want a better body in the future, start it now. If you're going to want a business in the future, start it now. Because again, you're competing against guys that do stuff now. Like I remember, guys, I came and viewed this place. And, you know, normally when you're sorting property out, it's weeks and weeks and weeks. And I said, look, I like it. I want to move in now. Like today, I'm going to get a removal van to come over. Can you do it? And they're like, no. I was like, okay, I won't take it. I'll go grab another one. And they're like, okay, we can do it. I have that level of intensity with every single thing. If it's in my career, with my businesses, or if it's with myself and my personal development, or investing in myself and paying to speak with some of the most successful guys on the planet, if I know that they can provide me with some value to move forward again, which will move me forward, and then I can also pass into my clients. Like I forged the path, I tarmac the road and can give it back. I'm like, if I know I can do this on another level, I do it now. The distance between thought and action is key. And most people have thought and never take action, or take 6 months to take action, 2 weeks to take action, 4 years to take action. That's pathetic. If I think it now, it's getting done now. 14, if you're awake, you're working. And a lot of people get this mixed up. They think that must mean you're on your laptop. You're trying to, well, maybe. But working is everything that moves you towards your North Star goal. So your North Star goal is become the best version of yourself and the business and the family and everything. So if you are in the gym, you are working, guys. If you are reading, you are working. If you're on your laptop doing high income generating activities, you are working. If you are servicing clients, you are working. If you are spending time for 30 minutes in the evening relaxing with your partner, you are working, because you're working on creating the life. You got to stop thinking working is just a business. It's about life design. It's about creating the best life. And guys, everyone thinks intelligence is like, oh, I got an A in my GCSEs, or oh, I got this job at this place. No, intelligence is being able to achieve every goal in all areas of life. So your work has to be to that. And the reality is most people are just working on creating a shit life and maintaining their current life they don't want. You got to make sure you've got the habits and the time dedicated to working towards the life you want. And the place to get that, guys, is the guys that have already done it. They're the only people that know. No university teacher, no random guys who are in other things. Like the only person who knows to create the life you want is the guy that's already done it. That's it. Not your mom, not your friend. They're all going to act like they know, but they would have done it if they knew. You need the guy who has the exact blueprint, who is there right now, living it, walking it right now. Like I said, the blueprints, the mindset, the belief systems, the habits, that's what you need. And the final one, guys, strategize for the long game, not today. Win the war. Far too many guys are just obsessed over the battles. Like, oh yeah, if I do this, I'll like do a little bit better today, but like they're not thinking of the long term. If you play for the short game, you lose the short game and the long game. If you play the long game, this is what I've done with my life, my business, everything. You absolutely destroy the short games too. So for example, when it comes to online coaching space and stuff, I see people launching these stupid 8-week, 12-week challenges and all this stuff because they're like, I've got no money. I'm going to act like I'm trying to pull in an influx of customers and all this stuff. And I'm like, guys, it's pathetic. All you're doing is attracting the wrong sort of clientele that think that they're going to come in, they're going to get shredded for a holiday, then return back to who they were, and then your clients have all left. I'm like, that's just stupid. That's like optimizing for now because you're in a rush, right? You have to sprint a marathon. You have to play the long game, but go at it and attack it every day. I strategize. I'm planning my 20-year. Right now, my habits are aligned with my 20-year vision, 20 to 25-year vision. I'm not playing for what can do the best today. I'm doing maximal intensity habits every day on my 20, 25-year vision. Now, don't mix this up with, oh, just do nothing, be patient, sit back, and 20 years is going to come and you're going to have it. No, your habits have to be the exact habits you need to get where you want to go. The exact habits. So find those out, guys. Guys, I hope you find that massively valuable. They're 15 principles. Write them all down. They should be like your Bible, your laws of success on your bedroom wall, on your phone screen. Go after them every single day. And before you do anything, always double check them. Make sure you're staying aligned to winning competition internally against other men, healthy competition against other businesses, healthy competition. Go and destroy it. If you can visualize it, you can do it, but you just got to back yourself. You've got to follow these laws of success. Go all in. Guys, it's a pleasure. I'll be back with another video tomorrow. If you do want some more help with this, guys, we do have my free masterclass below, which shows you exactly how to build the best version of yourself, the physique, the mindset, also how to build and scale an online business and personal brand. Now, if you do already, you're already committed to this goal, we've got my one-to-one coaching below and my course, The New Standard, that you can check out in the description below. I'll see you in the next video, guys. It's a pleasure. Go smash it. I'm always watching. I want to hear your wins in the comments below. Let's get it.